hey. Hello, welcome. Hello, bonjour. Hey, Ashley, Holly Mills, hello. Katie. Good morning, depending on where you are in our beautiful world. Welcome to the Facebook oil community. I think I'm streaming from that group. Might be on my personal profile today. I didn't actually double check my settings there. But good morning. We're up on Periscope and we're over in the Whole Fit Essential Oils Facebook group, where as of this week we have 10,000 plus people in our community group. So we have more than double that are actually in our Essential Oil Wellness community, but about 10,000 are over there in our private oils group, which is super awesome. And I'm working on a fun giveaway for the community there. I've got some great ideas. I've got something I'm going to give everybody in that community, as well as a fun giveaway. So super grateful to be on this journey with you guys and excited to be with you here today. Welcome. Just want to see who's on, say quick intros, and then we'll dive right in. Hey, Facebook. Hello, you guys. Save your questions for about 5 minutes from now. Just want to cuddle up together. I'm a little sweaty over here. Just finished a workout, so you're you're part of my cool down right now, which is why I'm a little bit out of breath. Good morning, Diana. Hello, hello. Awesome. Glad to have you here, even if I'm not in your upline. If you're in doTERRA, this is part of the reason I do these weekly broadcasts, is to give back on a larger scale, to provide some mentoring and guidance for those of you that are growing your business. Hi, Raven. So my name is Ange Peters. If this is our first time together, welcome. And I'm the founder of Whole Fit. I'm a presidential diamond with doTERRA. And you're here because you're somebody who is very interested in taking complete ownership of your life, of your health. We hang out here weekly, most weeks, to jam on that topic, really, of taking complete control over our health and wellness, and for modeling what we believe through how we live. How many of you agree that that is leadership? For those of you that are in a leadership position of any kind, it's knowing that how we live, we demonstrate our beliefs. What we use on our body, what we put in our body, and how we are with each other. And how about the kind of content we put out there into the world? There were 2 incredible performances this week. What were they? Happened earlier this week. I posted about them on social because I was inspired. Gaga, yeah. Super Bowl, Tom Brady. Tom Brady and Gaga. Let's talk about them for a moment. Gaga and Brady. Let's come up with a hashtag for them both, because they both were incredible this week. They taught us a lot, right? I was very inspired watching Tom Brady. I'm not really down with football, you guys. I watch once a year during that game. Mostly because the same reason I love the Olympics, right? I love seeing what people bring to the table after day in and day out discipline. And we see their gifts just right on center stage. We see the culmination of daily discipline and consistency and all the days that nobody talks about, right? I talk about this a lot in the scope, how it's the behind the scenes, it's the daily nitty-gritty stuff you guys are doing every day to further your business and your life forward that nobody really talks about or recognizes. I see it in you. Part of it is joining scopes like this, where you can up level, where you can spend time with people who operate from a different place, right? I loved the Super Bowl and what Tom Brady showcased. Tanya said his lifestyle inspires me greatly, right? He totally turned that game around. It was not only the best Super Bowl, it was probably the best football game of all time, right? When you look at the turnaround that happened and the grace and the humbleness of it, and he really demonstrated the power of team. It's not the Tom Brady show on that team. He is who he is because he has such a strong offensive line. So for those of you that are in a leadership position, we know we're really only as strong as the ownership we take of our own life and as the strength of our leaders. So, that game just taught on so many levels. How many of you have read some articles this week about his lifestyle? There's a lot going on. If you just search, it's probably trending on Facebook if you hop over there. But one of the things he talks about publicly is that he actually decided to not do things the way the typical NFL regime suggests, right? The typical diet, the typical training and workouts. He has a coach he's been working with for about 15 years, who has guided him much more into an Eastern philosophy of training his body and not doing the heavy weight training that all the guys on the team might be doing. He did things different because he cultivated a different approach. He did neuro work with his brain so that when he's in that moment as a QB and he has to make that decision of where that ball's going to go and all these things are coming at him at once, he knows how to like see it. He thinks clearly. That's leadership, right? To be able to look at all the noise on the field or on Facebook and make that decision. So I loved that game so much. Go watch the highlights if you didn't see it, and take a look at his Instagram, you guys. Like some of his posts after the game, he took a post with his beautiful mom, who prayers to her, is working through her own healthcare challenges right now. But he took a picture with his beautiful mom and his wife Giselle. Obviously, we all know that couple. And his kids, and he just posted after the game saying they're my everything, right? So there's a guy in a role who he gets it, right? Now the second performance obviously was Gaga. Some of you, that might be all you watched. It was a great performance, right? She totally rocked it in her power, and I loved it. I didn't love it as much as Tom Brady though. I loved the story he told, but I loved her performance. She rocked it. Now, the most interesting performance this week was actually what happened after those two performances. So what I saw happening even within my circles of friends and some people on my team posting about it was this anger, this upset, this resentment over how the hurting people of our world took those two performances, right? So the most interesting performance was how the hurting people took that and decided to hurt. And we saw a lot of these articles going out shaming how Lady Gaga looks, not even looking at how she totally owned it, like fully, you know, and Tom Brady attacking him as though that healthy lifestyle he's living is not realistic or not for everybody or ridiculous, or many people called it crazy. But here's the thing. And here's what I want you to remember, because a lot of you find yourselves in situations where you feel like you're the one getting fired at, right? Where you feel like you're the one being attacked for perhaps your own business for yourself. Perhaps you saw my post earlier this week on the power of network marketing. And this is actually an industry that is only for people who are going to believe in themselves. It's not going to attract people who have a very low opinion of themselves. In fact, those are the people that are going to knock it. But when you're brand new in an industry like this, or in your own, if you're owning your own business for the first time, you know, you got to build that grit. You've got to become strong in yourself and in your vision. And I've talked about this so many times on the scope, right? But that it starts with you. And you know, so you maybe felt upset by seeing the reaction of that performance of the hurting crew, right? Of the people who were yammering on online and promoting all this noise on social media. That might have affected you because you have found yourself in the shoes of someone like, you know, Lady Gaga, you know, thinking she might be upset by some of these comments. Side note, she probably doesn't even know they're happening. People like that, you know, she knows, she owns her power, right? She's not paying attention to all this stuff. So the thing is, if it bothered you, then you just have to look at where's the message coming from. 90% of the content being created in the online space today is coming from a hurting world. It's coming from people who aren't, you know, really seeing it for what it is. And so, all right, let's truth for thinking. See ya. So anyway, it's been an interesting week, and I've been inspired by those two performances, so I wanted to open up just talking about that. So what's going on for you guys? How are things going? How's life? We'll jump into a round of Q&A today. Jill, if you're on, if you could post some of the cues into the Periscope or the Facebook Live from the Q collection. Hi, Jill. That would be great. We can take some of those. Hi, Keely. What are your thoughts on whey protein being used in doTERRA's Trim Shake? Okay, one sec. Hey, Ashley. Awesome. You're flying to Vancouver tomorrow for Diamond Club. A lot of you are doing Diamond Club classes. Disney was amazing. Loved it. Keto diet. Okay, so whey protein. For most people, it's going to be the most digestible form. If I'm not seeing your questions, just save them to copy and paste. For most people, it's going to be the most digestible. You want to find a clean source, and I personally do better on a cleaner whey protein source than I do on something that is soy-based or an isolate. Honestly, try different formulas if you're using a post-workout shake or a meal replacement shake, and just see what happens in your body. Your body will talk to you. So I don't like to make suggestions around supplemental powders, only because every body reacts it a little bit differently, okay? So if you have bloating, or if you actually feel your heart rate increasing, that's a really good indication that some of the ingredients in whatever supplement shake you're taking are not landing in your body properly. I noticed that when I use a whey protein-based shake right after a workout, within that window of about 30 to 60 minutes after weight training, I feel energized, I feel replenished, and it helps me become stronger because I'm giving my body the building blocks it needs within that window of after tearing it down, and then I go into a rest period, so I don't do the same weights for at least 24, sometimes 48 hours. So, you've got to try different ones. I like the trim shake that doTERRA has. Yeah, Sue said powders do not sit well for her. So, what some people will do is they'll use hemp seeds, for example. 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds gives you between 10 to 12 grams of protein. You want to have about 20 grams of protein post-workout, and in most meals. Most women, on average, need about 60 grams of protein a day. So spaced out throughout your meals, right? So if you're using some kind of a nut milk, that will often have a couple grams of protein in it. So you want to just monitor that, because that's really what you're looking to get into your body. Yeah, Sue says she uses hemp seeds. How do I deal with outright lies about doTERRA? I don't deal with them. I guess, when I look at it, I always look for the truth in a message. So I'm not even sure what you're referring to. I think if somebody's, people, this is the world we live in, right? It doesn't matter what you're into. You will always find somebody who has an opposing opinion of it, right? So at the end of the day, your journey towards taking ownership of your life and of your body is about following your gut, your instincts, trying different things, being a student of your own body, and reducing the amount of energy you give to people's opinion of yourself, right, and of your body. This is why, as a coach, I'm always guiding people back to their own truth, whether it be using certain approaches with their food intake or in their business. Coaching or mentoring somebody who is really willing to learn is about asking the right questions and not just giving the answers, right? Because what I do for myself might not be the right thing for everyone. It isn't the right thing for everyone. There are many paths in this health journey and in the business journey. So back to your question, I don't even know what you're referring to. If you want to be more specific, then we can go there for a couple minutes. Lies about doTERRA. The reality is doTERRA is one of the most incredible companies moving forward the vision of healthcare on our planet around the world. Lies about doTERRA. To me, that's such an uninteresting topic, because that is somebody who's just looking to take their pollution and, right? You gotta realize where things are coming from. And I'll come back to what I said at the beginning of this broadcast. Hurting people don't hurt others. They don't attack others. Do I ever have days where I want pizza or crazy dessert? Yeah, I probably have pizza once a week, to be honest. Once every 2 weeks. We'll get it. We'll have... I don't attach guilt to what I do. I certainly live a disciplined kind of day with my food intake because I want to feel a certain way. But I don't attach guilt to a night of having pizza with my family and watching a movie. Can I have one day where I have crap food? Of course you can. I think the question is, how many crap days do you want to have? And what are your thoughts on online funnels and Facebook ads? I do Facebook ads. I think Facebook... So with Facebook, I love creating groups. I talked about this last week when I was talking about how I launched something. I love creating Facebook community groups to do just that, to build community and connection with people, and to create an opportunity for people to have private access with me if I'm creating that group. With a page, so I have my Whole Fit brand page. I think I have like 13,000 people who follow my page. When I do a post that I want to highlight, a typical post, even though I have about 13,000 likes on my page, it might only get about 20 views. It's just the way, Facebook is the main way people are receiving info today, right? So Facebook ads are just a nature of that world. If you have something you want to make sure people see, you're likely going to have to invest some money to make sure it gets out there. So yeah, I use them. I have never done funnels. This could be just me, you guys, but there are a lot of different approaches people take in social media, using bots, using auto likes, auto followers, auto commenters to get on people's radar. That has never resonated with me because when I started building online years ago, my drive in doing that, my why for doing that was to build real connection with people. And so I've never really invested in a tool where I feel like it's taking me out of that game because that's important to me. Now, I do use some tools. So meetedgar.com, that is a tool that I use to help my content stay in production. So what that does is I will upload posts that I have made in the past. And so my Edgar library has like a couple thousand posts in it, okay? And I will... Robin said by funnels, I think she means freemiums to her email list. Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I'll come back to that in a second. I will use Meet Edgar, or a similar tool you could use that's a little cheaper would be Hootsuite or Cinch Share. Say that 20 times. These are all tools that take posts you have made and help you schedule when they will go out. So I'm all for that because my why in doing that is I don't want to live on social media all day. In fact, I really limit my time. If I'm on Facebook just to do some browsing and see what the people I love are up to, I limit it to 10 minutes a day. Sometimes I'll even set a timer. So I don't want to be on social media all the time. And so freemiums, sorry, getting back to the question on funnels. Yeah, if you're building an email list, you're going to have to build value in why people want to come and have you in their inbox. So you might want to take them on a journey of receiving content and value. Maybe it's an ebook they get for signing up for your email list, and then maybe you take them through from getting that free ebook to another piece of content to an opportunity to purchase a journey with you. So your paid program. So absolutely, yeah. Sorry if I missed the point of your question. Jennifer asked, someone wants frankincense with 100% boswellia. I see doTERRA has a few other resins, including boswellia. Do you know if this might matter? So so boswellia cannot be extracted into the oil. It is in doTERRA's, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank, if it's an alpha CRS or the deep blue polyphenol. I'm drawing a blank right now. I've got so much in my brain right now. So that has to be taken in supplemental form because it cannot be distilled into an essential oil. Deep blue. Okay, thanks, Amy. Oh, you're welcome, Holly. Laura on Facebook said, I've seen a couple of ads lately with people offering incentives like buy this kit and add on a diffuser for as low as $6. Where does this fit into the new rules? So doTERRA is really hoping that all leaders would jump on board and level the playing field and stop offering all these crazy incentives. My opinion on incentives, take them to your one-on-one, to your email list only. Posting a public ad where you're offering all of this free stuff for somebody to enroll with you, when I see that happening, what I actually see is somebody who's not valuing themselves. Because the amazing thing in network marketing is that regardless of whether you're purchasing oils or protein powder for somebody or skincare or leggings or whatever, through this business model, you're getting that person as your guide. That's the value. Stop diluting what you do. Targeted promos to your warm market through email, one-on-one contact, picking up the phone, great, whatever. Because you're not putting it out there and now creating this competitive environment where somebody maybe has been working with someone else who's been pouring value into them, and then they see you advertise that you're going to give a free diffuser if they enroll with you today, and they don't realize that through doing that now, they don't get to work with that person who's been guiding them so far. So be mindful of that and respectful. So the nutshell is, if you offer as a team incentive rather than joining incentive, it's fine. Yeah, so what you want to work into your message is who you are, what you offer your community, right? So people that tend to join my community, it's because they know that I live and walk the healthy living lifestyle. So I guide my team in that way. For somebody who's not as interested in things like periodic cleansing of their body, or for somebody who's not a mom, I'm not going to resonate with them, right? Someone else is. So maybe a leader who is very skilled and passionate about leadership and talking about the business opportunity, that's their niche. Or somebody who is an athlete, working with athletes in oils and sports teams. Like the clearer you can be on who you are and the kinds of people you are looking to work with, the better, right? And through that, that's how people build value in why they might want to join the journey with you, not because you're offering a free diffuser. Because it's, so I'm a presidential diamond in doTERRA. I could throw thousands of dollars at people to enroll with me, right? But I don't do that because I never want somebody to join this journey with me because I'm throwing money at them, right? Yes, Keely said, you are always the value, 1,000%. So become more skilled in your clarity of speaking about who you are. That's what's going to cause people to enroll with you, not the free diffuser. Kaylee said, I'm new to this. Keep your questions in the copy and paste them. If I don't read them out, I haven't seen them, okay? I'm new to this and love it so much, but I do see people don't want to have parties because they feel they are being sold something. How do you pitch a party to a person who has never heard of an oil? So first of all, I would throw the word party out of your vocab. I haven't guided my team from day one. What we do is not parties, okay? So you are offering people an opportunity through the education you provide at a class to go down a different path with their healthcare. That's it. You're offering an opportunity for them to do that. Don't present what you do as a party or as an opportunity for, if you're working with a host, for example, who wants to bring you into their home and teach about oils, make it about the value you're going to offer the people who come. So here's a tip. If you have somebody who's going to host a class for you, have them set up a Facebook event for the class and have them invite people that are going to be coming to the house to that Facebook event so that you as the teacher can pop in and find out, what is everybody hoping to come and learn at this class? How can you make this a class where they all come and get their health concerns addressed, where you are going to help guide them down the journey they might be interested in taking based on their health concerns. Maybe what you do is you let them know that you will have a little sample package available for everyone who comes, who comments what they would like to learn most about at the class. So you're providing education. Here's what's different in doTERRA. And if you have been in other network marketing companies before, you probably followed more of a party model, right? Where there are a lot of incentives around people getting started. Hold a different space at the events or classes that you teach. The space you want to hold in your classes is that you're grateful for people coming to learn a different way. Let go of that attachment or expectation of what people are going to do with that information. If you build your business in doTERRA simply from a place of saying yes to every opportunity you have to share the oils with people, that and maybe 3 out of every 10 people that will come to a class decide that their time is now to get started. That's what you're doing this for, okay? That's it. Detach from anything else. And have a way to stay connected with people, yes. But when people come to your essential oil classes, they're not they're not always ready to get started on that kind of journey. A lot of the time, people are coming to your classes, and that's the very first time they've ever heard of essential oils. Over 60% of people in the U.S. have never heard of essential oils or what they do. There's a good majority of people, that we think now have heard of essential oils, but you'd be surprised how many haven't. They come to your class, or maybe they have heard of oils, but this is the first time they're learning of doTERRA and what really sets them apart, right? So be prepared for the majority of people who come to your classes are not going to get started right at that class, but you've planted this beautiful seed, this beautiful awareness in them. Attach to that, get behind that. That's what you do, and you keep them on a journey, and that's great. But yeah, I would not be promoting what you do as a party. What you are doing, if you're building doTERRA, this is something that you're going to have your whole life. You're obviously somebody who is committed to helping people live better lives, right? Sorry, I didn't see that last question on Periscope. What are my thoughts on iron supplements? Any specific brand I'd recommend? When I was pregnant, I took Lorna Vanderhyde's iron supplement. Iron supplementation should really be something you're working out with your doctor, and a lot of the iron that you supplement with doesn't get absorbed. It's much better to try to get it through your food sources because it's more bioavailable that way. So what I would be doing anytime you feel like your levels are low in something like iron or B12 or vitamin D or anything you're measuring is go get your blood test run, your baseline, work with your doctor on it. So if you're supplementing using Lifelong Vitality and you still feel like your iron is low, start incorporating some food sources of iron first and then meet back with your doctor. I mean, there's some, yeah, Ashley, thanks. Fluoridix is a good choice for absorbable iron. With iron supplementation, I mean, there are some indicators you can look at in your body. Your body's always talking to you. Kim Ignis is a nutritionist. She mentioned blood builder, mega foods, and tissue salts. If you want to link that up, Kim, in the Facebook comments. Yeah, and Ashley said boost digestion, especially stomach acid. So for the average person, your stomach acid, your HCl in your stomach starts to diminish in your mid-30s. Usually by your 50s, you've lost more of your ability for your body to produce HCl in your stomach, which means a lot of your foods aren't being digested and absorbed. So it's not just what you're eating, it's what your body's actually digesting and absorbing and then eliminating, right? So I love doTERRA's Terrazyme for this. You can actually do an HCl test if you guys just Google it. This might be something you want to work with a nutritionist or a naturopath or your doctor on, is testing your levels of acid. So keep your opinions on food approaches to yourself, guys. Keep in mind what works for you doesn't work for all, okay? And be mindful when we use labels to describe who we are, such as vegan or paleo or whatever, then we're a walking label. So just be mindful and respectful that not all people believe that paleo is the right way to go or vegan is the right way to go. There's a lot of people who feel as though they can't come out of the closet with their diet because they've subscribed to a label for too long, even though their health is giving them every indication that it's not working for them. Terrazyme I love. It's a digestive enzyme. It's beautiful. Helps your body digest better, especially if you're beyond your mid-30s like I am. You'll probably find that more of your food that you're taking in is going to actually absorb, and you'll feel like your digestion is humming. I love your tough love, Robin. Terrazyme rocks. Common sense. Gotta have it. Got to be a critical thinker. All right. We've got a little break here. Post your questions. How do I have an upline help me host a class without them signing everyone up under them? If you have an interest in doing the business and you're bringing people together, your upline should not be enrolling those people to herself. Reach higher up in your upline. Okay, that's all. That shouldn't be happening. So those are your people. What online schedule do I use? I use a program called Schedule Lista. They're all about the same price. They're all about $20 a month. Some other ones for you are Calendly or Schedule Once. Does Terrazyme help fight against disease? Disease is dis-ease in your body. You have a breakdown in your digestive system, your immune system, the functionality of your systems. Terrazyme can certainly help boost the functions of your body systems, yes. Stephanie said, can you talk about your enrollment at Whole Foods? I loved seeing that post on Instagram. So last week, I think it was, I was in Whole Foods, and I usually stick to the perimeter in grocery stores, but when I'm at Whole Foods, I love going down the health product aisle, the self-care aisle. It actually reminds me of the good old days back a couple years ago when I used to feel quite overwhelmed looking at all of the options out there, right? So I went down the health food aisle, and I was looking at all of the essential oils and the diffusers and all the stuff coming out now. The world is taking note that essential oils are not a fad, right? So Whole Foods, they have as well, right? So they've got all the things, and I'm smelling some of the oils, and you know, when you have a trained nose, right? When you've been using pure essential oils, so doTERRA, right? When you've been using pure oils for years, your nose detects everything else, right? So I was just curious and smelling the oils, and I walked past this girl who was working there, and I was wearing. Julia mentioned that youcanbook.me has a free option for scheduling. Cool, Julia. Thanks for sharing that. I didn't know that. So I walked past one of the girls working there, and I was wearing Whisper and Intune. They're two of my favorite pure fumes that I wear. And she asked me what I was wearing, and I said, oh, it's doTERRA. It's the best ever. I stopped wearing fragrance years ago. And so we started having a quick conversation, and she said, oh, you know what? I really want to get into essential oils. I've heard of doTERRA, but I don't know anybody doing it. And I just looked her square in the eye and like, well, let's get you started. And I did that. I acted quick only because she mentioned that she doesn't know anybody doing it. So I knew that nobody was working with her. And I just said, do you have your phone? And I gave her I have a Google Doc that I've made. A lot of you on my team have probably seen it. If you're enrolled with me, you've probably enrolled through it. You can make a Google Doc for free. Any of you can do it. Tells a bit about my story, our whole fit community, and then how to get started. So I linked it up on her phone for her, and I said, I've got to go, but what's your email? So I wrote down her email, and on her phone she had my Google Doc, and I said, when I'm home this afternoon, I'll shoot you a quick email and check in and see if I can help you with anything and getting started. And then I did that. So there's two key strategies there. I got her contact info, and I also let her know, like, I'm in a rush, right? Like, I'm not, yeah, it'd be cool for you to get started, but I don't have all day. So that sounds worse than I meant it to sound, but you get the gist. So then when I got home later, I did what I said I was going to do, and I checked in with her, and I said, hey, it's Ange. I met you in the aisle today. Here's the link to Whisper and Intune so you can check out the product information page. I know you've smelt them on me, so you know how beautiful they are. Here's the best kit if I was you and just getting started. Linked her up. She enrolled about an hour later when she got home from work. So that was it. And so I guess what I want to teach from that is you are always teaching people as you're out there living, right? You want to be, if you're in business for yourself, you want to be a product of your product, right? I'm never without my oils. I'm actually never without samples. I'm always wearing them. I am that. Like, this is why I do what I do, because I'll do it for the rest of my life, because it's what I live, right? So, Home Essentials Kit. So I usually point people towards the Home Essentials Kit and LRP. I personally position Home Essentials Kit as the best kit because it's the one I started with, so I can speak from my experience of starting with that kit and what it opened up for me. And then I want them to start looking at all the other areas of their wellness more on a budgeted approach, so they're not taking it all in at once. I very rarely enroll somebody with a diamond kit or an oil sharing kit. I usually only do that if they're planning to go hit the pavement running doing the business, because they're going to want to have every oil, every product. But aside from that, I promote Home Essentials because gives them the top 10 oils, gives them a diffuser to get started with, and then through the monthly loyalty rewards program, the rewards program is going to give them free oils by taking the different stages of their wellness at a time, so they're not getting everything all at once, feeling overwhelmed, right? I don't want them living in overwhelm. So that's what I do. What do you guys do? What's your favorite kit? So this girl enrolled with the Home Essentials, and then she added on Whisper. I wear Whisper undiluted. You don't have to. You can dilute it in some coconut oil and apply it to your pulse points. Ashley says Home Essentials and Natural Solutions. Natural Solutions is a bigger kit in the U.S. Canadians can only enroll with that kit through the U.S. warehouse. Danette said Natural Solutions. Yeah. Hi, Danette. Cool. What other questions do you guys have? I'll stay on for 5 more minutes. Incentive queue for your team. Offer wholesale pricing without membership fee to get volume publicly. I don't like it. I don't like seeing that because you're not really serving that person. You might do that with friends and family in the beginning. I did that with like my mom and my friends. I would offer my wholesale account to them the first time they purchased, but I don't like seeing that posted publicly. I don't think it's a smart way to build your business because you're not really helping that person. And also, I'm not interested in ordering product in for people. I want to be free of all of that. That's the best part about the business, building this business, is that I don't have inventory. I don't. I'm not getting oils for people, and I did that in the beginning when I didn't know what I was doing. I think it's kind of an amateurish approach. Ashley said, Periscope wouldn't let me type as much as I needed to, LOL. Okay, let me see what this question is. So what I was referring to earlier was another company saying untrue things. I have been really focusing on educating people and helping them get started, and this other company has made some fairly dangerous claims regarding their products. So long story short, they have caused some doubt in my team, and I'm trying to be the bigger person, but they have made some personal. Okay, so another company saying untrue things. So I posted this yesterday, I think it was, when I talked about what I do and the business I'm in. When you're looking at a company to partner with, if you're in network marketing, the most important thing when you're making your decision is the integrity of that company. So if another company is bashing another company, what does that tell you? What's going on in that company? What's going on in that company? What goes on in a person's heart that is focusing their energy on bashing another person or another company? Fear, lack, doubt. Absolutely. What's going to happen to that company in about 6 months, 12 months? How long do they have? Don't give your energy to that. Don't worry about it. Because, like, I've said this before. Do you think that Apple cares or stays up at night worrying about Dell or Microsoft and what they're up to? Do you think they even are in that space? No. Never. Because they know they're the leaders. They're the ones. They're the reason that the other companies can even do any of the stuff they're doing. So yeah, carry on. Don't listen, babe. Don't worry about that. And the thing is, when you are a leader, especially in doTERRA, you're in the Cadillac brand within your category. You're there already. If you're giving your energy to people that are trying to tear that down, you're gonna stall. So you just keep moving on, because you're already at the front. Okay? Yeah, Jenny, hey Jenny, I gotta write you back, babe. I'm gonna do that right after. Hi, Catherine Kerrigan. Yeah, you will learn, you guys, so much about people. Bottom line, people. You'll learn so much about people when you are in business for yourself, when you are not for yourself, but you know what I mean. When you're, especially when you're in this business. How to help your team book classes from classes. You get out your calendar at the end of the class. You say, I've got these 3 dates available next month. First come, first serve. Who'd like to create a beautiful essential oil experience for their friends and family? And watch what happens. You've got to book classes at the class, because once people go back to their busy lives, like you and I, we're all very busy, they're not going to be thinking about you coming and teaching a class for them. So create that excitement at the end of your class. Kaylee, you need help with people placement. So Kaylee, placements in the beginning, what I'd encourage you to do is go to sharesuccess.com and look at the rank maps for each rank. I assume you're newer in your business. So take a look at Premier Rank and Silver Rank and look at what you're going to need for those and start placing towards that. I would say place towards Silver, but build a strong solid leg first, and then the second leg, and then the third leg. Wait till you have a solid leg happening first before you add your second leg, your second builder. And I train my team to have a backup builder in each leg before they start the second or third leg. Wholesale customers, place them as far down as you can, under the person as far down as you own enrollment of, who's on LRB. Do I send samples to people to prepare them for an online class? I think that would be smart. I think if you're building online or doing webinars, then you're going to need to get creative around how you're helping people experience the oils. So yeah, I think that's a great idea. Create a Facebook class that is private and only for people who are not currently working with someone else, and create and maybe you only open it up to 10 people and send them a little sample to have before your Facebook Live class. What is my incentive gift for someone hosting a class? A diffuser, a pedal diffuser, or an intro kit. You might even do an essential life book. Laura, should a ghost leg be on your front line or as low as you can go? If you don't have a wellness advocate, like a builder that's enrolled with you right away, then you should enroll a ghost position on your front line and start placing your wholesale customers under them in the beginning until you have your first builder. Email distribution, I use MailChimp. A lot of different ones out there. Comments on coffee drinking? You must be new here. You know I've been doing bulletproof coffee for about 3 years. If we transfer out a ghost placement, can that person re-enroll later after 6 months, unless they're silver? What's confusing, Kaylee? Oh, where did my comments go? Bulletproof coffee. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see a post a couple months ago just with my recipe of what I do. I do 2 cups of organic coffee every day until noon with coconut oil or brain octane oil from a company called Bulletproof, and pastured butter blended into it too. My front line builder just quit. Can you move up the next person in line, or do I need a new builder? If they just quit, they'll take, after 6 months of being inactive, unless they're silver, then you have to wait 12 months. You can have them write in and remove from your tree, and then their front line will roll up to your front line. Or you can get them to sign an account transfer form and move either a brand new, not enrolled builder into their spot, or a wholesale customer who wants to upgrade to Wellness Advocate can move into their spot as well. Yeah. Mom to Jade. Wholesale customers can move into Ghost Leg within 14 days and after 90 days by switching to WA. Yes. Wholesale customer have to be on your team. Yes. And actually, a wholesale customer, you guys, I don't know if you knew this, wholesale customer. Hey, Jill, can you capture some of these questions coming in right now about Ghost Enroller? I'll take these in a second. I just lost my train of thought. Wholesale customers is what I wanted to add. So when you enroll somebody, let's say they enroll as a customer, right? You have 14 days to place them. After their 14 days and after they've been placed, right? If they want to upgrade to Wellness Advocate, they can. You can move them into a ghost position you've had saved on your team if that position you want to put them in is within their direct sponsor upline. Okay, they've got to be in the same like sponsor line. Otherwise, you would have to wait until after the 90 days. So at the 90-day mark is when anybody that enrolled as a wholesale customer can upgrade to Wellness Advocate, and now you get another 14-day window to place them. Okay, but if they want to upgrade before that 90 days, have that conversation with them first. And if you have a ghost position on your team, you can move them into that spot if that person is in the sponsor line. Thoughts on building two different businesses at the same time, doTERRA and Etsy? Are you doing that, or someone you know? It's been done. People can do it. I think that it's tough to give your full brilliance to more than one thing. I think somebody who's looking to build several businesses at the same time. Now, if they're two network marketing businesses, no, you're not going to do well because the message that you have is going to become very confusing to people. But let's say you have an Etsy store or a blog, a paying blog, or something that you're giving like kind of like split time to. Yeah, it's been done. My friend Jenna Rammel, she runs Small Fry blog, paying blog. She actually, I think she just hit Blue Diamond last month. So it's been done. It's just most people, it's not going to work. Two MLMs isn't even allowed, right? Yeah, you can't. In any network marketing company, you can't be building two businesses as a business builder. You can be building doTERRA and ordering as a customer from all of your friends that do different businesses, absolutely, but you can't be building doTERRA and building Rodan and Fields. Also, why would you? Because now you have a very convoluted message. If you're all about natural wellness, wholeness, why would you ever be building a Rodan and Fields business? But maybe you're looking at something like LuLaRoe leggings, which I don't even know what that is, but it's not as big in Canada, I don't think yet. But like again, now your message becomes confusing to people. Mom to Jade, can you repeat your question? Laura Michelle, I've approached a retail store and they didn't find the 25% markup to be enough for them to carry in their store. Is 25% markup from wholesale the highest they can mark it up, and where can I find more info? No, they can mark it up higher. The thing is, if you are working with somebody, or if you yourself own a yoga studio or a health food store and you're looking to sell doTERRA at retail, what you have to understand is that is just an entry point, another way for people to experience doTERRA, but it's not what you want to get behind and promote fully. So if I owned a yoga studio and I was building doTERRA as a business, hey Bex, yes, I would have doTERRA on the shelf of my yoga studio because it's a great way to start the conversation with people. And I know that there will be a large percentage of my yoga community who's going to come in and buy a bottle of lavender for the first time at full price off my retail shelf so they can try it. So, but what I would be really smart with is how am I going to keep them on that journey? So they purchase that bottle of lavender. I'm going to tuck a postcard in their shopping bag with a free webinar, free education about the top 10 oils and how to get started and what I'm all about in our yoga community using the oils. That's what I would do. So you don't want to work with a retailer to help them make a lot of money in retail. It's just another exposure. What you want to, and what will be the toughest thing for anybody who owns a retail store, the toughest thing for that person is separating from the instant sale. Is that mentality they have right now because they own a brick and mortar business. They're used to bringing in products at a wholesale cost and turning around and selling them at retail and making that difference. That's what they're used to, right? Residual income, passive income in network marketing, that freaks them out a little bit because it means that they're not getting instant gratification. Okay, so what you want to help them see is, yes, you can make some of these profits here in retail sales, but how are you keeping these people on a journey and helping them transition to their own wholesale account? That's the nut you want to crack. Kari says, I have a gym. Hi, Kari. Empower in London. I love it. Kari says, I have a gym that I carry doTERRA on the shelf, but anyone who wants to buy, I direct them to a class, since I don't want them using without education and safety. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. That's great advice. So it piques their interest. It gets the conversation started right at her gym, right? It also is a part of the message that Kari speaks through her gym, right? That she's about whole health, not just people coming to the gym and training their body, but thinking about what they're using for recovery when their body is sore after a workout, or so she might have the Deep Blue products on hand. She might even give people an experience after their workout with them, but she's not selling them right at her gym because she wants them to get out to a class. So then she probably has her class schedule posted of classes coming up with her or with people in her downline. Mom to Jade, after day 14, you can move wholesale customer in the same sponsor line or just within 14 days. Yeah, so let's say you place a wholesale customer within their 14 days, and then 20 days later, they come to you and they say, I'd like to do the business. What do I need to do? And you have a ghost spot, a placeholder spot, a couple spots above them, so they're in the sponsor line, right? You can actually work with message placements at doTERRA with what you want to do, and they'll work with you on this. But you can have that person upgrade and move into that ghost spot only if it's within the sponsor line, not if it's on another whole leg of your team. That you'd have to wait until day 90. I sign up almost every person as a wholesale customer. Mind you, the majority of people that enroll with me enroll through my online guide, so they're choosing. So I still have like 20 to 30% that sign up to do the business, and those are the ones who they're ready to rock it out right away. I prefer people to sign up as a wholesale customer, to be honest, because I want them to have a couple of months of their own personal healing before they get out there and start educating others. What time is it? What time is it, y'all? I don't have a clock here, a watch. What a brilliant idea to look at my watch. 5 minutes. I gotta hop on a call in a couple minutes. Kimmy is so confused how to place people as wholesale customers. Kimmy, are you on our Whole Fit team? I have a whole compensation placements toolkit. If not, I'd rather you reach up to your upline because every team does this a little bit different. So I don't want to give you advice that might be different from what your upline is advising. So just have a chat with your upline or a person above them. If you give a business a diffuser, does it have to be a doTERRA diffuser? No. doTERRA is not in the diffuser business, right? They certainly have great quality diffusers, but they're in the business of producing and providing access to the purest and most potent essential oils in the world. So yeah, I think getting a wholesale account with another company is fine. Laura said, I want to teach classes in the location and set them up to enroll people, but I misunderstood how much they could mark up, and they didn't want to talk to me again after that. So I want to learn more to go back and approach them again with the correct info. Yeah, that's smart. So circle back with them and let them know, this would be kind of one part of the experience, but what you really want to help the retail owner do is create residual income for life. Every retail owner would be very interested in not having to live and work the kind of hours they do today. Because if you own a business, you are hustling. You are You're likely there quite a bit. Best time to take the supplements? Which supplements, Linz? If it's Lifelong Vitality, they should be taken just before eating with a meal. So like 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, 5 to 10 minutes before a meal. So a lot of people will do breakfast and lunch. Hey, Kaylee, who's your upline? Are you on our team? We've got lots of these toolkits available on retail. Okay. Ria's your upline. All right, cool. Yeah, Susan Bursick, I don't know if she's still on. Susan's your diamond upline. She'll get you connected to our retail toolkit and our compensation toolkit, okay? Or Ria should know where those are as well. All right. Gotta go, you guys. Great to be on with you. You can catch all of the Q&As I've done over on my WholeFit YouTube channel as well. I don't know if you guys knew this. I have a playlist. Jill, if you're on still with us, if you could post that link in the comments. You guys can hop back and check out previous recordings. Maybe you want to take a day and just crush it through some Q&As. And there's always some great topics that come up. We've got a lot of noise polluters on Periscope here. Grateful to be with you guys today, and I will be back up next week. Okay? So we'll see you then.